Well, okay. I hope this is better. I'm using my camera now. I'm using my phone instead of the laptop.
In the next 14 days. And any of your questions, I've got a questionnaire thing here, but I'm sure that Lee can also
Yeah,
monitor if he wants to.
Yeah, we've got Nicky B's just made a donation to
Nicky B, thank you very, very much for the stick.
Okay. Right. Okay. I seem to have lost my subscribers. I did have one, a couple. So I'm staying live and hoping that I get some more. Anyway. Anyway, I'm going to make myself some tea. Right, the title of this video is Tenerife, Here I Come. Basically because I'm heading out to Tenerife on the 9th of, well, in 9 days time. In 9 days time, on the 11th of, not the 11th, okay. Yeah. Try and put this here. I haven't got anything. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, hello family and friends. Thank you once again for joining me on this my YouTube channel. I'm going live with this, and this will be my first time live, so we'll see how it goes. At the moment, I haven't got anybody with me live, but who knows? By the end, I tried to go live earlier on my computer, but the camera and everything on my computer was not that good. So I'm doing it on my phone, which has a much better picture, and I can stream it much better. Anyway, we're hearing background noises, my kettle. I'm going to make myself some tea. So Earl Grey. Okay, excuse me a moment. Anyway, Okay, I've got one person here, and I'll say welcome, welcome, welcome. Excuse me, I was just going away. I'm going to make myself some tea in a moment. Anyway. Anyway, I'm off to. Well, anyway, right. Hello and welcome to my channel. I said before, this is. Hello and welcome to my channel. This is myself going live. It's around 8:25 in the evening in the northeast of England. Not to tell you exactly where, but it's not. Let's say the temperature out there is not that warm anyway, so we will see. But on around 2 o'clock on the Tuesday the 3rd of November, I shall be on a TUI flight to Tenerife, and I'm not sure whether I should come back. It depends. I'm going for 2 weeks. I'm down for 2 weeks anyways, but we'll see. Because the other thing is that I want to do is when I get to Tenerife, I want to get my full stay in Spain. Now, we have to put the application in before December the 31st. Right, that's the one thing that I want to talk about, that any other people that are thinking, especially people my age, right? I'm 65 next week. In a week's time, I'm 65. By rights, I should be getting my state pension, but I'm going to have to wait another 6 months to a year before I get my full state pension. But fortunately, I have a military pension and a little bit of savings. So, if I want to stay in Spain or in Tenerife, let's say, after the 2 weeks, I can. And but one of the things I'm going to do there is quickly put the application in to get my permanent residency in Spain, the Spanish permanent residency. The reason for that being because it runs out, because although we may have had Brexit, there's still a time period that people who wish to move to Spain on a permanent basis to live in Spain or retire in Spain like me, you know, that doesn't mean to say that I will stay in Spain permanently, because I have connections in Colombia. That's why hence the name Colombian Dreams. I'm not going to say exactly right this moment what my connection is, but let's say that anyway. Yeah, my wife is Colombian. We'll leave it at that. Okay. So come November the 3rd, I'm on a flight, and there's two things that I'm going to try. No, my priority, as I would say, is to get my permanent residency in Spain, because I do not like the English winters. At my age, that coldness gets straight through to my bones, and right now it's getting cold. I live in the northeast of England, and even the chills are getting through to me right now. So I need to be someplace warm in the wintertime. There was, up until 5 years ago, when, before I sort of semi-retired, I did have a reasonably good income that I could actually go away for 3 months at a time. And what I used to do, I used to spend from end of November through till the end of February in the Dominican Republic. Yeah. I absolutely love the Dominicans, absolutely wonderful people. So I used to spend 3 months there, and not on the coast, but away from. It's about an hour and a half through the traffic. As a crow flies, it's not that far from, say, Puerto Plata, which is the nearest, holiday destination there. But as a crow flies, it's about 50 miles. But driving during the day with the traffic over there and so forth, it took about an hour and a half to go from where I used to stay in the countryside, out, which is a suburb of Santiago. Santiago was the second city in the Dominican Republic, whereas and that was where I used to stay for the 3 months I used to go there. That was when I could reasonably afford it. On what little army pension I have now, I can hardly afford anything. But it's better than a kick in the teeth. Let's put it that way. I haven't got my full army pension because I didn't stay for, I stayed for 12 years. But so it's not that much. But it's better than a kick in the teeth, as they say. And I can live on that, but I've got a little bit of savings and other things, hoping to have other things in the fire, of course, YouTube, hoping that I can put out a lot more videos. I'll be traveling, the first 2 weeks will be rather hectic, because I'm not going by myself. I'm going with, a friend of mine who's actually a singer, who actually used to live in Dominican Republic before. He lived there for 5 years, and he's an entertainer. He used to sing there, and he's going back there. So both of us are going back there. He's going with his grandson, by the way, and I'll make a film of that and catch up with him, because he has contacts and everything else. And when he used to live there, he has his permanent residency, right? And I'm going to go there to try and get my permanent residency as well. So I will see. There may be, I'm quite flexible on, as long as I'm in the warmth and can, and my bones don't feel as painful as they do here, I'm fine. So that's what I'm looking at. It's better being over there than over here in the winter time for me anyway. So that's what I'm hoping anyway. So now, why did you say Tenerife? I've never been there before. This is my first time going to Tenerife. But I was actually thinking of in south of Spain at one point because I actually used to live in Gibraltar before uh, the border opened. That was when I was in the army. Yeah, so I used to live there for 2 years. I lived there for 2 years. Well, on and off for 2 years. I was flying back and forth from England, doing army business and so forth. So, but my posting there, my permanent address was Gibraltar for 2 years. Yeah, I can't even remember the BF post office, the British Forces post office number. I can't remember what it is. Back in the day, mind you, I shouldn't really be saying that on YouTube. Even if I do, even if I could remember, I shouldn't actually be saying it because there may still be some servicemen still in Gibraltar. Anyway, so I was thinking moving to, retiring in the south of Spain because a lot of people I surveyed, quite a few people I surveyed who actually have retired in southern Spain and are actually living there. But my friend who served in the army with me, right, I said he's an entertainer. He lived in Tenerife and he was saying, and actually loves Tenerife. Yeah. Like he always tells me Tenerife this, Tenerife that, and I'm still not quite bought as yet because I haven't been there. So, but I'm open anyway because I do like the Spanish, the Latin thing, and I do speak some Spanish. I'm not quite fluent, but I can have a reasonable conversation, and also I can swear in I can swear in Spanish as well. Which I wrote a little book about that. If if anybody wants to read it. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to going to Tenerife. Now, I said it's for 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks are going to be quite hectic because I've got to decide. I've got to put in my application for permanent residency, and if that comes through, then more than likely I'll more likely be staying. But at least if I get my residency, then before I have to put the application in before the December the 31st. So I more than likely will be staying there up until December the 31st, but I'm not sure. So that's the way it goes. Now, I have been practicing my Spanish, practicar mi español, pero es no fácil. Aquí no personas que habla fluente in español. That's basically what I'm saying is that I'm practicing my Spanish, but there's nobody here that I can actually speak with that is fluent in Spanish. In London, I have Colombian friends. I have an ex girlfriend who's from Guatemala, but she lives in Spain. She's moved to Spain. And there's nobody up here that I can, talk to on a regular basis in Spanish. So, we do our best anyway. There's many different programs now that teach you Spanish. I've never actually had any form. Most of the Spanish that I've actually picked up from spending the winter time, as I said before, in Dominican Republic. Or where I played dominoes, playing And that's the other that's the other thing. How you pick up bad words, mala puebla, bad words in Spanish. So yeah, people can get quite. Uh, Dominicans can get quite animated when they play dominoes, just like the rest of the Caribbean. Anyway, uh, I have to, I said this is my first time going live. I have to do a much more publicity on this. What I'm going to try and do, not so much tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow. Well, what I'm going to try and say, I'm going to put a time to say that's 8 o'clock or now 8 o'clock in the evenings, right? That's 20 hours military time. That I'm going to put a video live. I'm going to go live between now and the time I go to Tenerife, and then I'll post it on all my other on Facebook and all my groups and so forth. And hopefully, I'll get a proper audience. As I said, this is just my first time going live, and I'm not actually showing much of an audience. But but someone just joined. Welcome, thank you for joining me. And so I'm talking about my trip. Off to Tenerife, and and what I hope to achieve there and what I hope to do. I'm not a young 20-year-old anymore, So, I'm looking to enjoy myself. Meet up with the expats there and other people. I mean, like Germany, Germans there. I do speak a little bit German as well, because I lived in Germany for a while, but my German's not quite as good as my Spanish anymore. Ich vergesse mehr Deutsch, as they would say in German. I've forgotten a lot of German, so I forgot most of it. I've forgotten, but be that as it may. So what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try and put out a video every day starting from Tuesday. That would be a week. That would be a week to let everybody know. I will put it out on Facebook and my other social media outlets to let people know. And hopefully, by the time I leave, I'll have much more of an audience. And then we can talk about the lifting of the restrictions flying to the Canary Islands. What we have to if you're hoping to, like me, go live or retire in Spain or in Canary Island to Tenerife, and so you've got up until the 31st of December to put your application in. You've got to put your application in Tenerife. Okay, I may be able to get help there because of I may put myself down to work for an agency over there, which may be able to fast track it, and that is something that we could possibly talk about if I get our audience of how, if you want to go to Tenerife, if you want to live there, because if you get your permanent residency, you'll have no problems after the December 31st. Once Brexit kicks in fully, no matter if they make an agreement or not, then you'll be able to travel to and from Spain quite easily without too much restriction. But if you do not put the application in before December the 31st, then there's going to be a problem. Now, well, we don't know yet, but it's not going to be as easy as it is now, because there's no restrictions on applying for your permanent residency apart from income in Spain. Is that you either got to have a work or you got to have a pension. Okay, and you got to have some means of support. Those are the only restriction that there is if you're going to move there permanently. More than likely, there will be no restrictions apart from going through the queue in immigrations once you get there, apart from the COVID restriction, which as of tonight, it's no longer in force coming back from Tenerife. But if you're looking to go there on holiday, which is great, it's a great, as I said, never been there before, but I have been to, I lived in Gibraltar, and I have stayed in Dominican Republic, and I am married to a Colombian, right, from Medellin, Colombia, who's a Paisa. So, if you're not Colombian, you may not know what the term Paisa means, but it just means that somebody from Medellin and the surrounding areas. So and my Spanish is, well, needs to be improved on anyway. So that's another reason. There's two. So we're gonna finish up with my reason to going to Tenerife is, number one, get my permanent stay. Number two, okay, is do a lot more YouTube videos. Hopefully one, maybe two, maybe even three a day. We'll see how it goes. But and three, to improve my Spanish. Okay, so those are my three main objectives in going to Tenerife. One, to get my application in for permanent residency. Two, to do a lot more YouTube videos. And three, to improve my Spanish. Because although with the amount of expats there may not be much chance of speaking Spanish, but I will be looking at my amigos de cubanos y dominicanos. Basically, I'll be looking for my Cuban friends and Dominican friends, or people from Dominican Republic. Because as I said, I used to spend a lot of time in the Dominican Republic. Now, I'll say, if you're joining me for the first time, I'll say thank you. And I say thank all my friends and subscribers who more than likely be seeing this, the recorded version of this, not the live version. Okay, so thank you once again for joining me. And we should try and put out a video at 8 o'clock as of Tuesday, the 27th, 8 o'clock in the evening, that's London time, as of Tuesday, the 27th. We're going to go live, okay, as much as possible. I'm going to try and do it every day of the week to let people know what's happening and so forth. So right now, the good news is that there's no restrictions on travel, okay? The British government is no longer recommending not to travel to Tenerife or the Canary Islands. And when you come back, there's no quarantine. You don't have to self-isolate for 14 days. So, we'll say, once again, thank you for joining me. This is my very first live video, so excuse any mistakes or whatever. I may, edit some of it out, but then again, I may just say, no, hey, yeah, I am what I am. Because like what you've got to do, because if I'm going to be making 2 to 3 videos when it comes to going live in Tenerife, then basically I ain't got time to spend an hour to 2 hours if I want to do 3 videos, editing the videos. I'm just going to go live. You just have to take me for who I am. But I want to say thank you for joining me, and hopefully I will see you again pretty soon. And all my subscribers, if you're watching me on the recorded, thank you. And if you're new and you want to see more of me, and hear what I have to say, then please hit the subscribe button, and I will see you fairly soon.